I got it. All right. Well, coming in from our segment splits that we have, call in if you like those segment audio recordings, or call in if you don't like them. Or if you have an audio that you hear on YouTube that we can use for one of the segments, we'll take those. You can email us at youbetsmart@yahoo.com. We have a unique mailbag today. We have a subscriber from dubclub.win, Jeff in Ohio. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I'm a little jealous of you because you're in Ohio where you have full range of all sports betting. We're in California where we got to be creative about our sports betting. How do you like having legalized sports betting out there?
It's different. So before I got into, the FanDuel and all that, we had to go Bovado. We had to do the offshore betting. Now it's so easy, and it's actually kind of dangerous if you're not an experienced sports gambler. So you really need to be careful what you're doing.
When did it start in Ohio?
January 1st, the beginning of the year.
Of this year. Oh,
correct.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you just been going? You just been going like full bore in 2023?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You even like created a little studio down there in the basement.
Yeah. This is definitely our, this is my man cave down here. Sundays, normally this time of year, we're not down here too much, but football season, it's full go down here.
Yeah, that's awesome. We created a little something in the garage where we come out, and it's not what you have. Ours right. is just like this little tight podcast studio, but yeah, that looks really cool back there. Anyways, so you signed up with Dub Club with us, and how has that been going compared to what you've been doing earlier in the year for 2023?
Yeah, so I started out at the beginning of the year just not doing any crazy bets, but probably what any average gambler would do. Going with emotional picks, not really, just kind of going by what I thought I should do, thinking what I should do. And I actually gave it up for a while. After the Super Bowl, we cashed out a little bit of money. And I'm just like, I wasn't really enjoying it because it was just kind of a stressful experience for me. And like I wasn't enjoying it like I thought. And, Chris reached out to me with this Dub Club idea, no idea what it was. And ever since then, I've been having really good luck with it. I can kind of go over some of the numbers, or if you wanted me to.
Yeah, what are the numbers that you keep? Yeah. So you keep track of all of your stats?
Absolutely. Just in the beginning here to kind of see if it's actually working.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like anything else. There's so many different betting, sites out there that can kind of, give you these props and stuff like that. So you never know what you're really getting into.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me just kind of go. I just have some numbers here, nothing too crazy. But so when I first started betting, I put $150 into my account. Currently sitting today, I have $1,936, and that's just a little. I started on March 10th, so we're talking a little over 2 weeks.
What? now,
mind you. Now, this is not just from the picks. I do some live betting as well. So, but
I was gonna say the math doesn't add up. Like if you did all the stuff that we said at the units that we said, there's no way you could have got there. But you must have been doing some stuff on your own too.
Yeah. So I'm doing some, but I do also. So year to date, I've placed 198 bets from your guys' picks alone. I have won 125 of those bets, which comes out to a 63% winning, which for anybody that really doesn't know about gambling, that's elite.
Yeah, that's way better than we're doing. So you're picking the right ones.
Yeah, that's some other picks I've also changed. I've kind of gone different ways, and
Okay.
Yeah, like anytime
for the most part, no.
Like if they have like a Cavs pick that you don't like because you're a Cavs fan, I know that was one of them. I think you had. I don't remember what the pick was, but
right.
Like, I bet the opposite of that.
But that's something you should do. That's something that you should do, though. Like, you don't have to do all of our picks. If you have some information where you're like, nah, and the thing about our picks is they're very focused on the public. So if the public is going a certain way, there's just a bet on that game that should be placed. But if you have information where we're on the wrong side of it, then fading it might be the way to go. So I'm not opposed to subscribers fading it. It's just like we have a system where if you do all of them, they work together as like a unit. But sometimes you're going to have information where like, I know I need to fade this. So that might have been
no, I
you
get
came across.
Yeah, and there's been times where I've faded the picks and I've been wrong. So don't trust me. I'm not winning all the ones I'm fading. It's probably evened out, honestly. Picks that I've faded that I've won, and picks that I've faded that I've lost. Eventually it just evens itself out, I feel like. So
And Chris told us that you've been doing a lot of live betting.
I do enjoy the live betting. I don't do it a lot, probably maybe one game a night, if that. But I kind of got my own little system for that. I feel like you definitely need to be watching the game if you're live betting. That's a must. If you don't, that's one of the advantages of live betting. You can kind of get a feel for the game, what's going on, and if teams are struggling in the beginning. And I feel like another big thing is just watching the sways of the spread throughout the game. A lot of inexperienced gamblers don't know, like at the end of these games, the spreads are really close, like really, really close. It's scary how close they are. So I look for those I look for those big sways in the spreads. Like if I see all of a sudden an over under drops down 10 or plus points, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about that, where we might want to get into some live betting in the future. But the tricky part about that is we can't, as handicappers, we can't like send those out, because by the time we send them out and then a subscriber gets the bet, there's time has passed and the bet might not be there anymore. So that's something that you would probably have to do on like a Twitch live stream.
Yeah.
But
even then there's a delay on it. So it's like, and a 10-second delay plus the 10-second delay on the TV, the bet can change in 30 seconds. Live betting, like you try to get something in and it's like, oh, bet didn't go through. The lines have changed or the odds have changed.
Scott, like you mentioned on the one episode, if you go to place a bet and you hit it, it will reject some of your bets. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily because they think the bet that you're making is good or bad. Or it's just, I think the lines are changing that fast. That's how fast these lines change.
Yeah, and usually I noticed that if the line changes against you, they'll still accept the bet. So usually when you're getting a bet rejected, it's double whammy, because I'm like, damn, that was the bet. I was on the right side of that bet, But I cut you off, Jeff, about some of the stats. Did you have any more stats?
Just over the past the past 2 days, I've really good luck over the picks were hitting really good the past 2 days. 33 bets over the past 2 days, won 24 of them. 73% winning percentage, like just absurd how good that is.
That is, and you continue to pick the right ones too, because we're not doing that great. It's you must have a little bit of what Chris has, his mojo for free bets, because Chris is in charge of doing the free bets that we send out on Twitter. And aren't you like 69% win rate?
Might have been got up. Well, I think we went 1-1 yesterday, so it's probably 69% still. But you did a bunch. You were doing those at the beginning of the month, but I think since I took over, you were about 69%.
Okay,
so we're both about 69%.
Yeah, something about those free bets. Maybe we need to just like cut all the other bets and just do the free bets. The only thing is one of the parts of our system is that, well, I can speak for team plays, is that I do a lot of them, and I sacrifice, I think I've said it before, I sacrifice the winning percentage and do more of them, because if you run the numbers, you win more money in the long run. But you just don't look as cool winning like 69%, But that's great. Do you have any questions, since we have you on? Do you have any questions for us about You Bet Smart? If not, no big deal. But
just like one of them. So sometimes when we get the picks, when they come in, the lines have already changed on them. Maybe sometimes not very much, like a point or two. would you recommend maybe going the other direction in that bet instead of, taking, if the line changes, for example, from today's game, Mavericks -11. What if that jumped down to Mavericks -9 all of a sudden? Would you maybe consider taking the other team? Would that be right? Yeah, if it jumped down to like Mavs -9, would it be smart to go the other team and take to go less points?
That's an interesting question.
Or I guess it would be the other way. Let's say the line jumped from Mavs -13, from 9 to -13. Would you then take the other? Yeah, take the 13 points then at that point.
Yeah. So there's, I'll answer both questions. I'll answer if it goes to -13 or if it goes to -9, because it happened in one of the games where it went down the opposite way to -9. A couple weeks ago, and Itchy hit me up and asked me like, what's going on with this? This seems weird, but I'll do the -13 first. So Chris just said before we went online, it's at -12 now. Like, what should I do? And generally, if it goes, you're not going to always get the best lines. If it goes in that direction, I wouldn't go the opposite way, because there's a reason why we're on that side. One of the biggest reasons is because we're fading the fanatics. We're going against the public. And even though the line is going up to -13, let's say on that game, 30% of the public was on Dallas. Even though the line goes in that direction, there's no way it went from 30% of the public to 70% of the public. So for it to swing to where I would want to go the opposite way, the public would have to start betting on that so much to where it went to like 70% of the public. And that doesn't happen. So to answer your question, what I would do is I would either not bet it or just lower the bet size. So I don't know what you bet on your pick. So let's say you bet 2% of your bankroll on every pick, maybe if you're getting it at -13, maybe do 1% or don't do it at all. But I wouldn't swing the other way unless it goes the other way. So let's say Dallas, I put it out at -11 and it went to -9. There's some reason why the sports books, the bookies, are moving the line towards the other team. That means that they have information that the other team now has an advantage and they need to move the line in that direction. So that tells me that they know something that we don't. So I would definitely not bet it. Even though you're getting a better line, I would just look at what the information is. Maybe like research it or hit us up. You can like DM us or text me and we can figure out why that is. Usually in an NBA game, it means that somebody on Dallas, like, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Kyrie Irving? Or
no, the other guy.
Doncic?
Yeah, Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
Yes, that means that he's not playing in that game. So it was a 2-point move to +9, and then you might not want to bet at all. But yeah, I guess the answer is in either direction. Just look into it and either lower your bet size or don't bet it at all.
I'd say the same with props too. I wouldn't, if it moves too much, I wouldn't touch it. So I would never go the opposite way on the props when the line moves. Like if I suggest an under and the line lowers a little bit more, I wouldn't do an over. Like, I don't know. I would do the same thing that Scott says. Right. I would just lower the bet size or stay away altogether. So
yeah. Well, hey, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for believing in us. We need to like build up trust with our subscribers. We believe in this. We've been doing it for like 12 years and it just feels good that someone else believes in us. And thanks for jumping on, and I hope we keep winning this year for you.
Yeah, no, it's great. I know it's a short sample size for you guys, but I mean, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
All right. Yeah, nice meeting you guys. Thanks again.
Bye.